Okay.
Okay. We said that during the 3 weeks, all the halachas we're going to focus benodom lachaveiroi, since we have to increase in avas chinam to get rid of the sinas chinam. So we'll talk today about the halacha of lashon hara. Something maybe not so known about this halacha, even though it's a very popular halacha. The Chofetz Chaim wrote the whole sefer Shmiras Halashon, but still there's maybe some nekudas that's not known. So in the Sefer HaChinuch, we bring in the Reish Lamed Vav, it's Parshas from Parshas Kedoshim, the mitzvah shalol leragel. Because it says in the pasuk, "V'telech rochil ba'amecha," rochil with the same shoyresh of rachel, ragel, meaning to go and to talk about other people. So and he brings a lot of details of this. So there's one thing that's the dvar chidush on this halacha. All we know that all the svarim talk about from the Gemara all the way down to the Sefer Shmiras Halashon talks about we're not allowed to talk negatively about another person. But the Alter Rebbe in the Geras HaKodesh, in Perek, the end of Perek Chav Beis, he said something which is I didn't find in any other svarim. He said like this: "Val ken ahuvai yedidai no v'no litroyach b'chol lev v'nefesh." He says, please try very hard with all your heart and soul. Litkoya ahavas re'eu b'libay. Make sure to implant, cultivate in your heart the love to your fellow. V'ish es roas re'eu, and he says in Chad Shalom to think negative about someone else. Al tachshavu bilvavchem. It says in the pasuk, Al tachshavu bilvavchem. Meaning, yeah, it's a pasuk, but it says not only don't talk bad about him, don't even think bad about him. Lamaisa, like I said, if you look la halacha, or if you look in the Gemara, it doesn't talk anything about not thinking negatively about somebody. The Isur lashon hara, speaking negatively about somebody, but thinking says no. Al tachshavu bilvavchem. Don't even, it shouldn't come up to think about this. In case the thought comes to you, you push it away from your heart. Something you would, a little air would push a lot of smoke. Over here also, like push it over like a smoke. That's what I'm saying. That's where over here the punchline of his chidush getting bigger. So Alter Rebbe compares thinking negatively about another Yid. Machshavas avodah zarah. L'choira, you might ask, where the Alter Rebbe takes this from? Okay, there's a posuk that don't think negative about somebody, but that should be mamash like machshavas avodah zarah. Okay, you don't say something. Okay, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're not talking bad about anybody else, but okay, a little machshava. Okay, also not allowed. But how do you know it's machshavas avodah zarah mamash? He brings kigedoyla lashon hara keneged avodah zarah v'gilat shvichus damim. It's a Gemara Erchin Daf Tesavamud Beis. I'm going to read it inside. The Gemara says, no. The Vera Bishmol, Kalam Saper Lashon Hara, Magdil Avoynois. It's so big the Aver of Lashon Hara. Keneged Sholish Averes. Lashon Hara. It's Keneged those 3 big Averes. Avodas Pichovim, Gilei Eretz Fichus Domim. He brings his rayas over there. So the Alter Rebbe says, it's like Avodah Zorah. It says in the Gemara, but the Gemara doesn't talk about thinking. They want to talk about talking. So where the Alter Rebbe take that even the thinking is like avodah zarah. He answers himself right here. He says ve'im b'dibur koch, if by dibur, it's great as avodah zarah gives fichus damim. He said how much more machshava. It says b'chul. It doesn't say that. V'kvar noida l'kol chacham leb. Yisrael nechsher machshava ala dibur hen letoiv and lemutam. We know how great is machshava than the dibur. If b'dibur it's compared to those 3 averes, it says b'machshava how much more. So he doesn't say over here it doesn't explain why the machshava is greater. It says noida l'kol chacham lev. But it's brought in Chassidus that the same thing, the similar to that. It says the Gemara says Yerura Aveira Koshim Aveira. There's many pirushim to that. Why Yerura Aveira Koshim Aveira? So let's explain. The Aveira is very bad, but the Aveira is limited to what you did. The time and space the Aveira was done. Okay, it's bad, but it's done. Hirurim, there's no boundaries. The Hirurim are the Memele, if it's Hirurim Roim, it's mispashet. What the Ribu Yatuma is big over there. Same thing when you speak bad about something, it's a bad Avera. You spoke, but it's done. It's bad, yeah, it's good to have a lot of outcome, a lot of consequence, what you said. But the Machshova, it's no end to it. There's no boundaries to your Machshova. The effect in Olam HaElyonim, in Olam HaMachshova, which is Olam HaBri over there, it's very big, bad effect. That's why the Alter Rebbe says that we have to be careful by Lashon Hara, not only on Lashon Hara, even on Machshava. And the NSCs, if you think about it, today when you're going to a medical treatment, something physical problem, some people would treat the symptom only. Some people will go to the cause of the problem. Obviously, treating the symptom, it's not ideal because it's going to reoccur because the cause of the problem is still there. So if you go to the cause, the root of the problem, you get rid of the problem from the shoyresh, from its source. It's way greater. So same thing will be Lashon Hara, it's only a symptom. When people speak Lashon Hara, it's bad, but it's a symptom of a lot something greater. What's the cause of Lashon Hara? Sinas Chinam. If you would love somebody, you're not going to talk bad about him. So it's a symptom.
No, think bad about it.
Oh, so that's why the Alter Rebbe says, you want to work on the problem of Lashon Hara, go not to the symptom, to the speech. Go to the cause, which is the machshava. And if you get rid of the machshava, you're not going to have hatred. Because you need to think. To hate somebody, you need to elaborate, dwell in it. Don't even think about it. But mainland, especially in those days, every day, especially in those days, we have to work on it not only to treat the symptoms.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. Not only to treat the symptoms, but to go to the source of it. Okay, so that's one Inyan that the Chiddush that's not mentioned in other Sforim, that not only not to talk negatively about another Eid, but not even think negatively. I want to say one more thing practical that's not brought in Sifra Halacha, but that's, to me personally, that was a very, very powerful message. I said this many times, and sometimes you could read, finish the whole Shmiras Haloshon, but then you still feel a struggle, you feel challenged. That this one statement I saw one time, it helps a lot for this Inyan of Lashon Hara. I went to a store, and I saw over there in the office, I saw over there a poster. It says like this: big people talk about big ideas. Average people talk about things. Average things. It says small people talk about others. So when you think about it, when you speak Lashon Hara about somebody, or think about somebody, also according to the Alter Rebbe, you're a small guy. When do you have the time to think about someone else? There's so much going on in life. Why are you thinking about something like that? If you don't want to be a small guy talk about others, so don't think bad about others. There's a lot of avoid in life to do. All right.